Dear students, we will see now numerical part based on dual cycle. The previous video lecture was covered with numericals on dual cycle, comparison between these three cycles, that is Otto cycle, diesel cycle and dual cycle on three bases. Now, so let us start solving numerical based on last part of the cycle, that is dual cycle. So, dear students, here it is numerical part given for you. A swept volume of an engine working on dual cycle is 0.0053 meter cube and clearance volume is 0.00035 meter cube. So on PV diagram, cycle is drawn. Here written the values, stroke volume and clearance volume. Right? Now in numerical, rest part says the maximum pressure is 65 bar. So P3 is equal to P4 on PV diagram. P3 is equal to P4. This is your 65 bar. Now heat addition ends at, very important students, 5% of the stroke. 5% of the stroke. As you know, heat addition ends at 5% of stroke. This value is given to you. This value. So therefore written 0.05 of stroke volume. Stroke volume is here now. If you draw cylinder piston arrangement, it could be like this. Here, this is your piston, one position, and another position of piston is here now. So piston moves from this position to this position, and henceforth we call stroke volume, and this is your stroke length. Right? This stroke length we calculate. Pi by 4 d square into L, where this d is your diameter of the cylinder inside our piston. Right? This is your cylinder head. Right? And from here to here is your clearance volume is shown over here. Okay? So these values are written as 0.05 s. So 0.05 s is your V4 minus V3. This is V4. If you plot it, this is your V4 and this is your V3. So written V4 minus V3 is 0.05 s. Right? Now pressure is given. Look at the problem now. The temperature and pressure at the beginning of compression are 80 degrees centigrade and 0.9 bar. So value of P1 0.9 bar and temperature 80 degrees centigrade. Add 273 to this value. In terms of Kelvin, it comes out 353. So now, dear students, in this numerical, both values are given, clearance volume and stroke volume. So we can write compression ratio R, that is V1 upon V2. This is your process of compression from 1 to 2. From 1 to 2. So this V1 can be written as Vc plus Vs. V1 is this total volume from here to here. Right? This is your V1. So we can write this Vc plus this total Vs. So compression ratio V1 divided by V2. Now this V2 is, this is your V2. So V2 is nothing but clearance volume. If you write 0 volume over here, so from this to this is your clearance volume. So that's why V2 is written in terms of Vc. So all these three values are given. We can calculate compression ratio like this, which comes at as 16.14. Right now, dear students, cutoff ratio, as it has been given to you, cut off. The word cut off is nothing but cut off of your supply of diesel. So as you know, process 1 to 2 is compression process. During process 2 to 3, we supply heat at constant volume, and in process 3 4 we supply heat at constant pressure. So here pressure is constant. Right now, after supplying heat, that is this heat generated due to supply of diesel only. So at point 4, supply of diesel is cut off. Therefore, cutoff ratio is written V4 upon V3. So cutoff ratio RC is equal to V4 upon V3. Right. So dear students, this V4 we can write as 0.05 Vs, this one, and then plus from here to here, this is your Vc. So this is your V3, that is your nothing but Vc. Right. So all these again, Vs given, Vc given, Vc given again. So we can calculate cutoff ratio 1.757. Dear students, again I remind you that all ratios in these three cycles are greater than 1. So just watch this ratio, already 1, this is also coming greater than 1. Right. Now dear students, let us move to calculate pressure at point 2 after compression. After compressing in process 1 to 2, what is the value of pressure at point 2? So we know already this relation. With help of this, we can calculate V1 upon V2 is your compression ratio just calculated. So P1 is already given to you. So P2 we can calculate, which comes out like this. Right. Now next one is pressure or explosion ratio. Explosion ratio is nothing but pressure at point 3 divided by pressure at point 2. So P3 upon P2. P3, dear students, already given over here. In numerical part, P3 is equal to P4 65 bar, already given. And just to calculated value of P2, put over here, we can get pressure or explosion ratio. Right. Now, students, finally we have to write efficiency equation, that is air standard efficiency. Right. This is your equation in which R is compression ratio, alpha is your explosion or pressure ratio, this RC is cutoff ratio, gamma for air we know 1.4. So put all these values, we can get air standard efficiency of this dual cycle. So I think so easily you might have understood process how to solve. Now come to next numerical, again based on dual cycle. So dear students, this is given as for an AC engine operating on the dual cycle limited pressure cycle, the temperature of the working fluid air at the beginning of the compression is 27 degrees centigrade. So temperature at point 1 is given 27 plus 273. right? And then ratio of the maximum and minimum pressure of the cycle is 70. Maximum and minimum pressure ratio given 70. So P3 upon P1. This is process 2, 3 in which heat is supplied, right, at constant volume. So P3 is the maximum value and P1 is minimum one. So this ratio given P3 upon P1 is 70, right? And compression ratio in the numerical given is 15. So compression ratio R is given 15. So that is V1 upon V2. V2 is already know, that is equal to V3. So V2 is equal to V3 written over here. Right. Now, what to be calculated? One condition given, dear students, the amounts of heat added at constant volume and constant pressure are equal, right? As you know, some part of the heat is supplied at constant volume, that is written QSV, and here it is the rest part heat supplied at constant pressure, it is written QSP, right? S that is supply and P is written over here for at constant pressure. So problem says that both values are same. Q S V equal to Q S P, right? Yeah. In fact, in actual case, this QSV should be more than QSP to get better result of a dual cycle. So dear students, now process 1, 2 to get temperature at point 2. So let us apply this important equation like this one. V1 upon V2 is already given compression ratio. We can calculate value of P2 in terms of P1, right? At present P1 is not known to us, right? So here there is a trick in the numerical, and therefore first write down P2 in terms of P1, right? Now come to another ratio, that is in temperature ratio, T2 upon T1, V1 upon V2. This V1 upon V2 compression ratio given 15, it comes out like this. So T2 you can calculate because this T1 value is known to us, that is 300. So we can get value of P2 is 886.2 Kelvin, right? So at present students will utilize this one later on, right, to get value of V2, right? So now let us move to process 2 to 3. Process 2 to 3 takes place at constant volume, and even in process 3 4 also takes place at constant pressure. In both processes, this one and this one, we apply gas law, that is P2 V2 upon T2 is equal to P3 V3 upon T3, right? Now we know already in process 2 3 V2 is equal to V3, so V2 V3 cancel, right? So we can write in this way. So T3 comes out T2 and P3 upon P2. So dear students, this P2 we can write now here. This is your P2. So you see now how did we get so easily, right? Therefore it was kept early as it is. This is used over here, P3 upon P2. P2 you can write like this, because P3 is already known in terms of P1, because this ratio P3 upon P1 is already given. So P3 from this one, P3 is equal to 70 times P1. So this is written over here. So in this way, temperature at point 3 we got. So T3 temperature we got. Right now, students, this condition is given to you. This condition is given to you. So let us apply this condition to move further. So it is written here now. For unit mass, heat supplied at constant volume is equal to heat supplied at constant pressure. So M get cancelled, and for we have written Cv T3 minus T2. In this process, T3 and T2. Right, this is taking place at constant volume, that's why written here Cv. Now in constant pressure process, we should write Cp and temperature difference T4 minus T3. Right? So as you know, dear students, gamma is equal to Cp upon Cv. So Cp upon Cv, it comes as a gamma, and you can write like this. So we can calculate now T4 like this. T3 already calculated, this T3, right? So in this way we can get value of T4. So dear students, we have reached up to point number 4. All these parameters, all the properties up to point 4 we got it, right? So now moving ahead in process 3-4, again we apply gas law, that is P3 upon T3, P4 upon T4. Process 3-4 is your constant pressure process. So P3, P4 gets cancelled, right? So we can write like this: V4 upon V3, V4 upon V3, cross multiplication we can write V4 upon V3. This V3 is multiplied with T4, so T4 upon T3. So it is written over here. V4 upon V3 is equal to T4 upon T3. Right now, T4 and T3, these values are known, so we can get 1.26. Right, and dear students, we can apply that relation to get V4 finally in terms of this V1. Right, this V1 is nothing but your V5. V1 is nothing but your V5, and V1 is from here to here. So we can go to now process 4-5. Again, process 4-5 takes place at constant volume. So we'll apply again gas law to that one. Right? So for process 4-5, that is your for process 4-5, sorry to say, that is your isentropic expansion. Process 4-5 is isentropic expansion, clearly mentioned over here. This was your isentropic compression. This is your isentropic expansion, during which we get work. So either for isentropic compression or isentropic expansion, we write the general formula which was discussed earlier. In this way, in terms of temperature ratio, and this is your expansion ratio, V5 upon V4. So V5 just to calculate it, V4 it comes in terms of V1.084, this value. we got. So this value is utilized over here, right? And this ratio comes out 2.69. And now, dear students, since T4 already calculated, T4 we calculated here now. So this T4 should be utilized, right? Taking help of this ratio, so we can get final temperature T5 after expansion, isentropic expansion is this much. Now, dear students, for calculating efficiency, either you write whole formula of dual cycle, or you can write fundamentally like this: work done upon heat supplied, work done no heat supplied minus heat rejected, and heat supplied. So finally, this is your heat rejected divided by total heat supplied. Heat rejected taking place in process I1 to Cv T5 minus T1. Heat rejection takes place at constant volume, therefore it is here P. And heat supply is taking place in both. This is for your constant volume and this is for your constant pressure. So since all temperature values are now known to us, so we can put the values over here. So value of Cp and Cv should be known to us, or we can apply this also. Cp upon Cv is equal to 1.4, right? So we can take help of that also, and therefore it is written like this. So finally, efficiency, air standard efficiency comes out like this, right? Now, dear students, a reason for actual thermal efficiency being different from theoretical one, right? So these are the reasons for actual thermal efficiency. So you know already that in theoretical cycle, working substance is taken as air, whereas actual cycle, air with fuel acts as working substance. As you know, as a fundamental, dear students, that is in Otto cycle, we take first both. We take a homogeneous mixture of air and petrol which comes out through carburetor and going inside the cylinder piston arrangement, right? But since we take air only, and therefore we say that air standard efficiency, right? That's why written here as air, whereas in actual cycle, air with fuel acts as a working substance. Second one, the fuel combustion takes place with dissociation of gases and dilution of charge during suction process, that due to not properly exhaust and some leakages, dilution of charge may take place, and dissociation, that is due to high temperature of your cylinder, that dissociation of fuel, that is petrol or diesel, may take place. Therefore, provision is made for proper cooling of cylinder, that is to maintain in the limit, that is of temperature range after burning of fuel. Otherwise, dissociation of fuel, that is petrol and diesel, will take place. Now students, now here very important one. Effect of variable specific heat. Heat loss through valves. Inlet and exhaust valve are not considered, right? For specific heat, here we have considered whether it is Cv or Cp. Throughout the cycle, it remains same. Whether initial temperature is, let us say 25 degrees centigrade, and maximum temperature, let us say T2 or T3 or T4 like this, let us say it reaches to even 1000 degrees centigrade, we consider same property Cp or Cv, right? So actually, as temperature increases, specific heat also changes, but with very minor value. But here we consider constant throughout, right? So actually there could be effect of variable specific heat, right? Other losses we do not consider while solving numericals and all. So dear students, this is all about your gas power cycle. In next video, we will go through vapor power cycle, in which I will be dealing with ranking cycle. Thank you so much.